Live, local, late breaking. You're watching News 15 at 10.
Good evening. Police make arrests in a crime so despicable, it's hard to believe.
Phoenix police say that as many as 30 gang members raped a 15-year-old South Phoenix girl. Today, they went door to door, arresting 6 of the suspects. News 15's Paul Johnsich is live outside Phoenix Police Headquarters with the latest details on this chilling story. Paul?
Jennifer, several weeks after the reported rape, a total of 9 of the suspects are in custody. Now, even though they're all teenagers, 16 and 17 years old mostly, they're all being held as adults. And police say this could be just the beginning, that there may be more than 30 young men involved.
Sit down. Please sit down. Sit down.
This morning, police went looking for more than 24 suspected rapists. All are members of a South Phoenix street gang, and all are thought to have participated in the gang rape of a 15-year-old girl. That girl told police she was taken into this vacant home and raped repeatedly over a period of 18 hours.
You know, I'm deeply troubled that it would happen on my street.
Arrested this morning are 16-year-old Daniel Robinson, 17-year-olds Teron Ozine, Donald Love, and Jermaine Johnson. At least 2 of them have criminal records. Last year, Ozine was caught carrying a concealed weapon. He was sentenced to home detention and probation, which he later violated. Love has previous convictions for burglary and trespassing, and court records show he also violated his probation. Late this afternoon, police arrested 2 more suspects. They say Michael Connor on the left and Dennis Watson on the right are members of the same street gang. Detectives say this gang may also be responsible for an assortment of other crimes.
In the last 2 or 3 months, we've had a series of serious assaults, aggravated assaults, and some homicides in that particular area that we believe that this gang was involved in.
Maybe the most disturbing of all, police theorize that gang members raped the girl as some kind of initiation or reaffirmation ritual.
It's almost like saying, I still am part of the gang, and this is the way I'm going to prove it.
Okay, I want to repeat that 6 suspects arrested today. 3 were being held. They were arrested last week. Now, since Phoenix police say that all the suspects are members of a very active South Side gang, they could also face charges under the state's organized crime syndicate law, which would carry even stiffer penalties. Marc and Jennifer, police aren't saying when or how, but they do expect to make more arrests soon.
Good, Paul. It's nice to see police getting a handle on this one.
Thanks, Paul.
Paul Johnsich reporting live.
A botched bank robbery turns into what Los Angeles police call their most intense shootout ever.
Well, 2 suspects are dead, 9 officers injured, and 5 bystanders hurt. But before we show you what happened, we really need to warn you. Some of the pictures you're about to see include the suspects being shot and killed.
I think I'm taking fire.
It started when L.A. police interrupted a bank robbery.
Reports of gunfire and with automatic weapons. Use caution.
Heavily armed suspects, dressed like commandos, started firing with automatic weapons. Officers fired back.
Bullets flying, sounds, shots, cars screaming, people running.
One suspect jumped in a getaway car. The other used it as a shield as he fired at virtually everything in sight.
We are overmanned, overgunned.
Police shot and killed one of the suspects when he moved out into the open. Later, officers cornered the suspect in the getaway car and killed him. Still on the lookout for other suspects, police rammed a storage shed but didn't find anyone. Police say the suspects were wanted by the FBI for a series of robberies. Tonight, they're still not sure if any other suspects are on the loose.
Listen to this. Early on in this gunfire, the officers apparently were outgunned, so they resorted to nearby gun stores to go in there and find more powerful weapons.
They actually borrowed weapons from a gun store. Well, police in the Valley say it's a growing problem across the country. Criminals better armed than officers who must stop them. I have to tell you, we got a little problem with the lighting in the studio right now. It's not your television set. As News 15's Marc reports, Phoenix police hope they have the people and weapons in place to handle a problem similar to the one in Los Angeles.
Emergency traffic suspected with a gun.
83 Frank, Channel 3.
Phoenix Police Sergeant Frank Milstead knows with every call he may be facing a high-powered weapon.
Those type of things are, I mean, they're out there all the time and you never know, but it could just be a traffic stop where you run across something. It's just, the officers have always got to be on their toes and always paying attention to what they're doing or they'll get hurt.
Armed with semi-automatic pistols and shotguns, patrol officers can quickly find themselves outgunned, like this Los Angeles officer did today.
You're out there with a 9mm with 17 rounds in it, shooting with a guy who's got a fully automatic weapon. I don't think it could be any worse.
We've got quite a bit of armament, and hopefully that's whatever happened in California doesn't happen here.
Phoenix Police Sergeant Mike Torres watched Los Angeles officers try and initially failed to contain the suspects armed with fully automatic machine guns.
You saw what happened there with the officers with the handguns. They're spraying bullets all around the suspect on the ground, and they're not hitting him.
But this former SWAT team leader believes Phoenix police could quickly respond to a similar situation armed with powerful weapons of their own. Throughout the city are neighborhood response teams. You see them most often on bicycles. But close by in their cars, these officers have semi-automatic rifles.
They are the quick fix. They're not tied to a beat. They respond to hot spots throughout the city.
You know, those weapons are good for specific situations, but, you know, for really what the beat cop does, shotguns and handguns are really our best weapons.
And of course, also on duty 24 hours a day are SWAT teams with both semi-automatic and fully automatic weapons. But even if they had the option, you heard Sergeant Milstead say many regular patrol officers say they wouldn't want a semi-automatic rifle. That's because those weapons are very powerful, and unlike criminals, cops have to worry about where that round goes if they miss or if the bullet doesn't stop with the primary target, something that the criminals just don't have to think about.
Right.
Mark, did the Phoenix police officers give you any kind of insight as to whether or not they can learn from a situation like this?
They say they look at situations like this and they try to learn from them. They're going to look at this tape, much as they did after the Rodney King incited riots several years ago in Los Angeles also.
Well, thanks to all those TV helicopters up there. They've got a lot of tape to look at.
That's true.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Thanks a lot. A peaceful ending to a violent week at South Mountain High School. Extra police officers and parents checked IDs as students made their way into school today. Police had to step in twice this week when small fights broke out of control. Parents, teachers, and administrators are now looking for ways to make things safer.
We have some good kids. We have some fine athletes, some great performers in the different areas, and we need to show that. We need to bring that stuff out. These kids are here to learn.
27 students have been suspended. School officials say that there will be more suspensions. Parents and extra security will be at South Mountain indefinitely.
A prisoner transfer between New Mexico and Arizona is underway. The first busload carrying about 40 inmates arrived this morning in this private facility in Florence. They are the first of nearly 300 medium security inmates heading to Arizona. New Mexico officials decided to move the prisoners after discovering a tunnel and plans for a riot at an overcrowded facility near Santa Fe. Watch as hundreds of bags of cocaine turn to ash at this copper smelter in Hayden, Arizona. That's about 30 miles southeast of Superior. Narcotics officers found 6 tons of cocaine in a Tucson warehouse last December. The folks at the copper smelter agreed to burn it as a public service. It took about an hour and a half to vaporize all of the coke. New information tonight on a store clerk in Guadalupe who fought back against an alleged thief. The clerk from this store, Maria Jimenez Hernandez, has been charged with 1 count of aggravated assault. Last December, she shot Johnny Gonzalez because she says he tried to steal beer. Well, a happy ending to a story News 15 has been following for several months. Find out why this is the day one Valley family has been waiting for.
It is a life-changing program. See how a statewide charity is helping women get a new look so they can get a new life.
The winter storm is finally exiting our state. I'll have the latest for our all-important weekend coming up.
A new breathing treatment is saving the lives of critically ill infants.
Mark Bailey and Jennifer Ryan with these stories and much more.
This new car is powered by Dodge's 3.5-liter V6, has a 4-wheel independent suspension, and quick ratio steering, which make it a perfect choice at the Skip Barber Pro Series. Or, if you prefer, it's available in this 5-seater as well. The new Dodge Intrepid Sport. This changes everything.
See your Arizona Dodge dealer.
McDonald's, you can get a delicious Big Mac or Morning Fresh Egg McMuffin for only 99 cents each. And it's as easy as zipping in and zipping out.
I can almost taste it.
I really got a car, as far as I'm concerned, that drives like a much more expensive car. Driving in city traffic on the freeways requires a lot of power, and the Grand Marquis provides that power. Riding in the car is like sitting on your couch. It's nice and quiet, people can talk. Get a load of this trunk. It's huge.
If you think that's huge, how about this? Right now, you can get $1,500 cash back on a V8-powered rear-wheel drive Mercury Grand Marquis.
I really thought I got a lot for my money.
Imagine yourself in a Mercury now.
News 15 closed captioning is brought to you in part by your Arizona Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
Timothy McVeigh's attorneys say reports that his client confessed to the Oklahoma City bombings are nonsense.
That tops our look at news across America. The Dallas Morning News claims it has defense notes of jailhouse interviews in which McVeigh admits to the bombing. The paper claims McVeigh also implicates Terry Nichols, the other man charged in the bombing. But McVeigh's attorney says the Dallas Morning News is the victim of a hoax and is irresponsible for running the story. But he doesn't think it will have a lasting effect.
Now, these people in the Denver jury wheel are not going to be impressed by some Texas newspaper trying to build their circulation at the expense of reporters and journalists such as yourselves who've worked this case in the honest and industrious way.
McVeigh's case is scheduled to go to trial March 31st.
The Texas mother who tried to hire a hitman to kill the mother of one of her daughter's cheerleading rivals gets out of jail early. Wanda Hollowell was sentenced to 10 years in prison. She walked out today after serving only 6 months behind bars. The judge placed her on 9.5 years probation and sentenced her to 1,000 hours of community service.
Authorities in Georgia find 16 bombs in the home of a man they arrested for shooting at 2 sheriff's deputies. The man lives in a small town 50 miles southwest of Atlanta. Police say there's no indication he is in any way connected to any of the recent bombings in Atlanta. A nightclub bombed last Friday reopened tonight. Police still don't know who's responsible for that bombing. FBI agents say the blast is similar, however, to the Olympic Park bombing and another blast at an Atlanta area abortion clinic.
Fire burned them out of their house 4 months ago, but today a Phoenix family has a new home. You might remember 12-year-old Mariano Oliveras. He ran into the burning home to save his 8-year-old brother Francisco. Today they moved into this new home near 48th Street in McDowell. 2 local home companies donated the house to the family, and the family says they are very grateful.
I'm happy, very happy for my family, very happy.
The boy's mother reminded her 2 little boys that they need to be extra cautious in their new home. An overheating electrical cord actually caused their last house fire.
But they were so happy this morning. You know, all they wanted to do? Play hide and go seek in their new house.
I know, it was wonderful.
Good kids. All right, the storm that hit the valley is gone, but what will the weekend be like? Meteorologist Ed Phillips up next to let us know.
And a fresh start for women who are trying to make ends meet, but just can't do it on their own.
Buyer beware. Some things aren't always what they appear to be. But not with Toyota's new certified used vehicles, where select previously driven vehicles are put through a comprehensive 128-point inspection, then backed with a 6-year, 100,000-mile warranty and 24-hour roadside assistance. So with Toyota's certified used vehicles, what you see is really what you get. A great car. Toyota certified used vehicles. The best new cars make the best used cars.
Detour Dan joins Ned and Ed. Paul Harvey has his say. The first name in new KTAO. The first name in new KTAO. For Arizona's morning news. KTAO. KTAO.
Go ahead, Doris. It's your bet. Okay, wise guy. I'll raise you a nickel. I'll see your nickel. And I'll raise you 40,000.